Welcome back to another video. I'm Nosu, and today I'm going to be breaking down my song, The Queen's Downfall. Alright, so here we are in the session. Not too crazy. And first thing I did was start out with this piano, just to get a chord progression down. Super simple, and that gives it a lot of room to build throughout the track, as you'll see later. And one thing that's going on throughout this whole track is this motif right here, present in every section of the song, just to kind of give it a theme. And then layered under that piano are some strings. Very quiet. And that just automates in volume throughout the track. And then as the next section comes in, you can hear these strings right here. Very short and staccato. And then we also have a choir under that with some modulation for dynamics. Beautiful. And we have some brass going on here, which I made from this pattern in the chorus. Sounds pretty epic and heroic, so I took that over here in the verse, and then I just turned it down a lot. Now for the chorus. So the chorus is essentially broken up into two different parts. The first half, you have the same chord progression that's been going on, and the second half, it changes chord progressions, turns a little more haunted and dark. So the first part, we have these flute calls under here, which I made with just a plastic recorder. Let me show you what that sounds like without effects. So here it is dry. And then just some simple EQ, compression, and reverb on there. Thought it was a pretty cool texture. Going along. Then we have this glockenspiel, which is like a very high-pitched metallic bell sound. So I used it pretty sparingly just to accent certain notes, because it can be quite abrasive on your ears. And then we have this cello that goes on throughout the whole chorus. Automating it so the second half you get like a higher octave. And we also have these woodwinds to accent the up notes. Add that in. And we have a bass string, nothing crazy. And then this is also where the drums come in, so here's the first set of drums. Then the second pair. A little more muted, pretty epic. And then right before the second half of the chorus comes in, we have this bass drum, which is just a one shot. So So here's what the whole first half of the chorus sounds like. And then for the second half of the chorus, I'm going to go into the piano just so you can hear the chord progression. So starting 2 bars before. And then we have the exact same instruments in the second half of the chorus, just with more power. I'll go through one by one so you can hear that. We have these octave violins. Choir. Beautiful. Strings. Little chromatic motion. And we got the brass. Nice big swells. Then again, we have the glockenspiel accenting certain notes. Pretty simple, the cello and flute calls. Woodwinds, bass. And then I added in another bass just because I didn't think the strings were powerful enough in the low end. So here's what that sounds like. Good luck hearing that on your phone. Really low. But if you listen in speakers, it'll blow down your house, so. What I did at the end here was just automate the tempo so it holds the last chord for longer. And yeah, that's basically the whole track, nothing crazy. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.